nobody's ever going to try me in the streets if I say, hey, I'm Mexican American, especially where I'm from. But as a Marine, I earned the title of the United States Marines. I served. There's a possibility where two sides can win. I came here as a tourist and I just never left. And it was like, okay, Afghanistan, then North Korea, then Russia. Like that was the mentality of the American military. I want to go suffer in Siberia. I want to feel alive. And I saw Angara and I saw Baikal. I was like, forget about it. I'm not going back. Incidents where people have attacked me because I was a foreigner. They're like, why are you so deep into Russia? Like you're a
So what's up, guys? This is Igor in Russia. And as you know, I make videos from the Western perspective about Russia, filming the daily life. But I have an awesome guest here, straight from Irkutsk region and / America, and Wild Siberian YouTuber. Welcome to the channel, Dan.
Thank you so much. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm a Mexican American. And I live now in the Irkutsk Oblast out here in Russia.
In America, it is great to be an American, right? But when I'm thinking about myself living in Finland, if I say I'm Russian in Finland, that means basically, for somebody, it might sound like I'm a traitor for Finnish people. If I say I'm Russian Finnish, if I'm Finnish citizen, then I'm also like, weird answer. You have to say Finnish and forget all the history, especially if you're Russian. But if you're like, let's say Japanese, that's fine. I'm Japanese Finnish. Oh, wow, Japan. Or American Finnish, that would be the awesome because they love American TV.
Yeah.
How do you think about that? Because I know you have a view on that living in Russia. And
yeah, I mean, look, when you're growing up in America, it all depends on who America is okay with. Unfortunately, like, could you imagine being a German American during the 1940s and a Japanese American? But what I'm trying to explain is that, like, my heritage, I get it from my mother. My mother is a Mexican. The blood inside my body is completely Mexican. What I like about America in a way is that you have so many ethnicities. Even though we self-segregate, nobody's ever going to try me in the streets if I say, hey, I'm Mexican American, especially where I'm from. If you have a problem with that, it's going to be your problem because we're the majority, and it kind of seems messed up, but that's just how it is. But like, I'm very proud of my roots. That's why I say I'm a Mexican American. Here in Russia, it's pretty funny. People don't understand that concept. Like, you tell them, hey, I'm a Mexican American. They'll be like, okay, is
which
your father
one?
Is your father American? And your no. Like, I'll be like, no, my blood, my mother and my father are Mexican, but I'm just an American citizen. Through birth, my mother had me in America and sent me back to Mexico. It's a term called anchor baby. What you do is when you want to have like citizenship. So I mean, I'm very proud of it. I've never shied away from both my blood, which is Mexican, and my citizenship, which is American. And as you probably know, I served in the United States Marine Corps. So I've done it, I've been there, and I've paid my dues to my country. And I mean, that's just how it is. And
that's interesting because I am actually really proud of I'm actually a Soviet. I was born in Soviet Union. And I don't know, did my citizenship ever stop being a citizenship? Technically, I kind of did, but I was a citizen and a Soviet, and a proud Soviet, because you can always focus on different things of the history in any country. There's always something you can be critical about or not. You mentioned serving the army, and can you tell me a little bit about that? Because right now the whole world is focused, the news are focused on this, a tragic thing that's going on between Russia and Ukraine. What's your take on it as a soldier? What makes you feel? Huh?
Yeah, I was never a soldier.
Okay.
I'm a Marine. I'm still a Marine.
There's a difference. Sorry.
Oh yeah. In America, people like me who served in the United States Marine Corps, we say that you become a soldier. Like, they give you the title of a soldier when you join the army. But as a Marine, I earned the title of the United States Marines. I served. It's much more different than us. I'm pretty sure in your country, if you have Marines, they probably think themselves higher than the regular army. But when I think about the conflict going now, I think it's very unfortunate on many levels. I've done many in-depth analysis about the conflict. I think that it's very unfortunate that it has to be fought the way it's being fought. A lot of the death count is beyond anything that anybody has seen in a long time. I just hope it ends soon. It affects me personally because I live in Russia with my fiance who is Russian, and it affects a lot of people who people in the West couldn't even imagine. So when they root for one side or the other, it's still rooting against your own brother in a way. And I think that's the biggest problem, that we start in the United States or in the Europe. They want the demise of one side when they should want both to just win. There's a possibility where two sides can win.
In general, the Russian and Ukrainian people, if you're not just somebody who just found out about Ukraine after 2022, then you know about, and if you're from the East, from the Soviet Union or Russian, then you know that even though it might sound now pretty bad, but these are really brother nations in every way: culture, language, how they behave.
The fact is, like here, even where I live, as far into Russia, we have people from Ukraine that have come before and after. We have family members here who still have family in Ukraine. Like I don't know the history well enough. Like obviously I know that they were part of each other during a time, but like you don't know that there's family members who live on both sides until you meet. Hey, there's
Millions.
This guy, he's my neighbor. Yeah, you need to meet them in real life and understand what they feel. And what I've learned through meeting people is the same exact thing. And people need to realize that pain is just multiplies. If the man comes back alive, it's going to multiply. It's going to affect his society. So the only experience I have is those two feelings. And that's all I can relate to the men who are fighting now on both sides, having to take life and having to feel like my life is going to be taken.
Yeah, horrific. But like you said, hopefully it will end and somehow even normalize. But I personally, I doubt it. I used to say I doubt it. There's no way. There's too much political scenery. Too many big countries are involved, which actually benefiting from Russia being not stopping it, because, well, both not stopping it. Did you say that I love Russia and I love America? That was really interesting. Yeah.
It bothers people. It bothers people.
Yeah.
Like when I tell people that I love America, they think that everybody who's here, you have to, like, they think I left America. I came here as a tourist and I just never left.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I never planned on staying in Russia. In fact, I didn't like Russia. And I'm saying it, and I've said it many times. When I was in the military, I thought I had to go to war eventually because my life revolved around the military. And it was like, okay, Afghanistan, then North Korea, then Russia. Like that was the mentality of the American military. And you know what? When I planned my trip in 2019 to Russia, I said, screw Moscow, screw St. Petersburg. I don't care about that. I want to go suffer in Siberia. I want to feel alive. After the war, I want extreme situations. And when I was growing up, National Geographic, it's like, Siberia is miserable. So I didn't care about Russia. When I came and I saw Irkutsk and I saw Angara and I saw Baikal, I was like, holy and then the society, the way the people treat you, I was like, forget about it. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
And you start learning about Russian tradition. You start learning about the culture, their history. And that's what won me over. I didn't come to Russia because I loved Russia and I thought it was a land of the free. If you come here thinking that before coming here, you're wrong. You have to experience it. You can't love Russia without it embracing you. That's the spirit that I've gained in this place. So that's why when people want to tell me like you have to love Russia or America, it's like, no, each place gives you something. America gave me the freedom to travel and Russia has given me the freedom to experience it. You cannot be a hypocrite and think one is worse than the other because the other one made you and the other one is making you now. That is my mentality.
When you arrived as a tourist, did you already meet your current, is it fiancé?
No, my
What's
fiance,
the word?
No, my fiance.
So
no,
you just
I didn't know
came.
anybody.
Yeah.
It was really tricky to even get into Russia. I hadn't planned it.
When was it?
2019.
19.
I came in. I planned it in 2019, but then towards the end, I wanted to come in winter, and the coronavirus thing I think was happening. Canceled all my things. The airline stole my tickets and never gave my money. But anyways, I waited, and then I said, this is never gonna stop. So I just have to plan it for 2022.
Yeah.
And I planned it for 2022, and then you know what happened.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I have to go or I'll never go. So I flew into St. Petersburg. Yeah, I did it. I flew into St. Petersburg from Turkey, and then I had to get cash there and buy a ticket to Irkutsk, because that was the city. I looked at the map, and if you see Siberia, Novosibirsk is like, why would I go there? It's like so close. I wanted to go deep. Well, I didn't know.
Relatively close, I must say, because it's really, really far.
Yeah, but to me, it's nothing if I'm coming from the west. But listen, the thing is, it was by chance. I met her because when I got to Irkutsk, Airbnb canceled reservations. They sanctioned Russia, and I was like, I had a place to stay. And I wrote the people, I was like, what am I going to do? I had everything. They said, no, we don't work there anymore. And I went into a cafe and I asked, hey, does anybody please speak English? I need to rent an apartment. I need help. And she gladly helped me.
Yeah. Hey, that's a new story. I don't know, have you shared it? But now you have.
I've shared it once, but people always ask. And it's like they think that I found her somewhere else. Like, no. It was by chance, and she herself has told me that when I asked for help, she kind of liked how I looked. So I guess I was good looking for her.
That's a good start. But she had a kind heart to do so, because people in Russia really, really are interested in foreigners, and they can be outspoken in a good way, but sometimes it can be a negative also if you're misbehaving, which is also kind of a good thing, because where I'm from, for example, a lot of people might be quiet if somebody is causing a scene. In Russia, you don't need to wait for police because somebody's gonna do something. But the same thing about foreigners, that even if it's a camera or something, people come up to you. They don't care if you're filming. So they're really interested in you.
It wasn't normal because nobody wanted to help. You could tell that nobody wanted to help. Yeah. Because they're shy. Like,
yes.
The thing is, especially the deeper you go into Russia, if you leave Moscow, obviously it's going to be less people speaking English. But also, I've had incidents where people have attacked me in the early time when I was here because I was a foreigner. They're like, why are you so deep into Russia? Like, you're a spy or something like this.
Spion.
Yeah, like I'll never forget what they were saying. And they ripped my bag. They chased me. And I had an incident
like
where
people, civilians.
Yeah, 3 guys. Yeah. I haven't gone fully deep into the story, but
were they normal dudes, or were they like hustlers and doing the right thing?
No, they were military-aged men. Yeah, normal military-aged men, and I mean, one of them or 2 of them are at least intoxicated. But the thing is, I don't. Being a Marine and I know. I used to get drunk with my buddies just to fight because the truth came out. But we loved fighting. Like, all right, let's go get drunk and fight that company over there because we know they don't like us. And I believe that alcohol will bring out the truth. So when they had problems with me, it's like I understood. I was like, I'm in the wrong. Why am I out here even near them? I was like, I'm so dumb. I could have paid more attention. So I'm more conscious of these things. As a foreigner, I know that tension is high and some people can be emotional. I accept the fact that they have anger towards the West. Why wouldn't they? That's something that I've learned with time. And now I'm just, I know how to defend myself. I'm not American. Yeah, I'll be like, ya ni pani mayu, ya mexicanski turist. And that's it.
And Mexicans are friends.
Everybody loves a Mexican. Yeah. Thank you so much. I just want to say I appreciate the conversation. I hope that everybody who's watching acknowledges that, hey, there's many stories, there's many things. His experience is different than mine. Please do consider subscribing to his channel. It's really important so that you learn 2 versions of what's actually happening in Russia. Thank you so much for having me.